there anything promising about this landscape? Is anything getting better, or are we still in a downward spiral in terms of economic structure, ability to get your pictures seen?
I don't see a lot of new distribution companies being formed. I mean, there's always some movement. But at the moment I still see more of them dying than being born.
But what's interesting as well, though, is that there are new forms of distribution that are emerging that are giving movies different kinds of exposure and different ways of being
Do you see
seen.
anything in that really would work for you? I mean, there's a huge debate about whether on demand, video on demand is essentially a fraud, or whether it's basically going to work, or it's so small in terms of economic payback that it might as well not exist. Do you think it'll help you?
Well, my film was done in video on demand thing, and I think it's really, really awful.
Would you talk about that? Because I'm so interested.
Well, I have
in knowing
very little
why
optimism. I mean, I want to be the guy that comes here and goes, you know what, in the future there's going to be all these different distribution, and you can watch it on your phone, and that's all true maybe. But I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, in the interest of pessimism, if I saw Lestrada on my fucking iPhone, that would not be a good way to watch that movie, So, I mean, everybody can talk about it. I go to meetings all the time. They're like, yeah, but the distribution model is going to change. Yeah. And I got all these people saying, hey, I saw your movie. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was in a hotel, and I turned it on, and there it was. It was really good. And I shot it in 2.35, and I'm up my own ass, so I'm thinking I'm going to make the greatest movie ever, and I'm going to do Lawrence Arabia's aspect ratio in there. And then nobody gives a shit. They're going to watch it in their hotel room, picking their nose. Yeah. So I have no optimism whatsoever, and I have to say, and I promise I'll shut up in a second. But I just recently, I'm a huge opera fan. I got that reference in your picture before she started talking about it, Michael. I got it. And I go if you're a fan of opera, the movement called Verismo, which was I guess about 1890, something like that, which found its origins actually in the writings of Émile Zola, and it's Puccini's La Bohème and Cavalleria Rusticana by Mascagni, a whole bunch of things. And if you follow the history of opera, it actually mirrors what movies are going through right now in an eerie and horrible way, which was that movies, opera was very popular, right? 400,000 people lined the streets when Verdi died, for his funeral. They were very big spectacles, and then there was this Verismo movement, sort of like the 70s in American cinema, where you got these amazing pictures about, guys on oil rigs and stuff. And then after that, they abandoned that completely and made these huge fascist epics like Neroni, the opera by Mascagni, which nobody knows now, but was like a very popular fascist opera. And then the medium died. And I don't think that people should, I hear it all the time, people say, no, that's so pessimistic. And I find that objectionable because it means that they're not looking at the facts, which is that people are not inculcated enough to love movies as an art form. It's a popular culture thing. And that's a problem. So the audience is educated to want McDonald's. So that's the real problem. I'll shut up now. Because
are you thinking it's that tough, or are you thinking it's not quite that tough?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I see it in your face. I see it in your face.
I was just having a moment there.
We're mourning over here.
I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to hope that there remains a kind of hunger for story that occurring in some kind of 3-act structure. I'm sort of old-fashioned about that.
Where do you see that?
Where do I see it?
You say you have hope. Well, I don't see any evidence of that. I see pictures that make no sense. Am I the curmudgeon from hell? I think I am.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I see the little movies. I see the little smaller movies come out and make sense.
Oh yeah, but nobody goes to them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but that's true. That's true. But I guess a whole bunch of people going to something. I guess I've never. I should. That's where I go wrong. That's never my goal. I never think about it. I like to work in the theater. I just like to have some people in the room engaging in the story. I never really think about.
But that's why there's no distributors. That's why.
No, I see I'm wrong. No, I'm misguided. I'm just old-fashioned in a way that I will, I'm in the boat that's sinking.
Okay, so how do you cope with this? Does anybody sitting up here know for dead certainty what the next picture is?
The reason you can't cope with it is because of what James said. These things sort of seek you out, and you tell the story that you have to tell. I mean, now I go through my usual process after so it's like, oh, I'm out of director jail. Oh, I'm not back from the dead. People want to have meetings. And then I go and I try to make a rational choice about what I should do next, you know? This would be a more commercial choice. This would be a more intelligent choice. This would send a signal to the industry that I want to be a commercial filmmaker. And I can't fucking do it. I just can't figure out how to bring myself to do it. I wish I could. I do. I swear to God, I wish I could.
So you don't know where you're headed next?
I have 7 meetings.
Okay.
For movies that I won't
Shireen
ever
and
make.
James, does...